Hey Juan, it's Barry Parsons. Where in the world do I find you today?
I'm in Argentina at the moment, but maybe in a spiritual way, I'm somewhere else.
Fan-
Yeah,
Fantastic. The reason I'm calling you is because I understand that not only are you a musician in your own right, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but you're also a massive Mark Bolan and T-Rex fan too.
yeah,
Is that right? You must be the biggest fan in Argentina, maybe.
yeah. It's weird. For the last couple of years, the ballroom thing here increased, but I've seen quite a few fans. There's a few of them, like the ones in the media and all that stuff. Like they took the name, like they own the name here, but I'm kind of far away from that position. I think in a I don't know, in a spiritual way, like I said before, probably, yeah, I don't know, maybe I could be the biggest fan here. Uh, I admire the guy in like so many ways, but not in a trendy, fashionable way. Like it's becoming, like people suddenly here are using T-Rex T-shirts. They don't know what it is.
Fantastic. Well, that's good though. We'll take the positive out of that. It's good to see a profile bill. But what you're really saying is you're truly into Bolan at the very deep heart end of it, and
Mhm.
you've actually done an EP of covers. Is that right?
I did that in the year 2002. This actually was well, it has to do with this thing about ball in Argentina. I did that because by that time I was already like a huge fan. I wanted to buy, CDs from him or maybe vinyls or whatever. And I think there was a couple of vinyls that were released here in Argentina during the 70s, but then that was, that was no more. I mean, nobody ever re-released something here. So it was really hard to find Bolan related stuff here. So what I did is I was recording my first CD, and the guy from the studio gave me some free time. We were sometimes like checking the levels of everything, and then it was a cool thing to record some songs. I am always ended up doing Mark Bolan covers. That's in a way, it's not that I'm bitter about that recording, but in a way, I don't think I like those recordings that much because they were intended to be demos.
Okay, so
And in the end, it was finally being released as a okay. Somebody might release some related T-Rex songs here in my country, and that was me. I think that was the first T-Rex related thing here in ages. Well, I think the one I like the most will probably be Down Home Lady because it is a weird song. I mean, it was a B-side or an unreleased track or something like that.
yeah, it's
Um,
fantastic track.
yeah, it's a cool thing that
Okay,
song. Yeah.
tell me about Baby Scream. What is Baby Scream?
Oh, well, um, how do you explain this? Some years ago, let's say almost 10 years ago, I'm getting older. I decided to start. I was starting to write my own songs, and I'm myself. I mean, I consider myself like I don't know, like a songwriter. I'm behind songs. I'm that type of musician, and well, I started to write my own songs, and I always wanted to have a band here. So it was at the beginning. It was more of like a wannabe band because um, we wanted to be a full band, but it was impossible here because of all the problems here. And at those years, like 2001, 2002, was really different than today. And so, well, it ended up being a name with a few guys who played bass and drums and guitar, but it was never actually a band. It was always me with some guys
Okay,
surrounding me.
so
And
Baby Scream is your artist name, so to speak, your stage name, so to speak. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah, but that's the thing, I don't like to see the thing in that way. So I'm a bit, I know I have like a huge contradiction here because yeah, but I just on one hand the name I own the name, and I mean I did some like 5 or 6 CDs already, And yeah, they were always released under the name of Baby Scream, but the guys playing there were always changing. And well, yeah, I mean, on the other hand, when I first signed, my first contract that I signed was in Germany, on the Germany label, and then when they released the CD, it was going to be a Baby Scream CD, although the band wasn't together anymore. So when I started promoting that CD, the band was already gone. So that's why I started playing acoustic shows, just me and the acoustic guitar. And it was always under the name of Baby Scream, and that confused a few guys here and there because they thought, that the whole band was there and it was just me. But I mean, I don't know. I wrote the songs. I own the name. Nobody ever did something about the band but me. So yeah. I mean, it's probably just me.
Okay, but just to keep everybody's intrigue level at the maximum, one of the major reasons we are interviewing you today is because you've done something really, really unusual. You've covered some Bolan tracks that haven't even been released. We won't talk about that yet, but let's keep everybody in suspense. So coming back then, Juan, to the mystery and intrigue about your covers. A couple of years ago, you managed to cover 2 tracks. There's nothing unusual in that, except these tracks had never ever been released by Bolan or the record companies, and therefore the fact you were able to cover them is a massive coup. Can you tell us what tracks you covered?
I covered 2 songs. One is called "Song from a Soldier."
Song for a Soldier, yeah.
Song for a Soldier, yeah, and the other one is "Reality."
Okay, so those two tracks I know have never been released, and I also know that they were about 1965.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around that time. Yeah.
Okay, so I know we can't mention names or places as such, but tell me how you came to not only hear about these tracks, but came so intimate with them that you were able to cover them.